Tony here. As you may or may not know, there are a ton of Oculus Go titles that are compatible on your Quest. This means you can greatly expand the number of games on your Quest just by including these extra Oculus Go titles into your game library. Now, despite the video title saying top 10, I'm going to go through 12 of my top Oculus Go titles that you can play on the Oculus Quest. Now, before we begin, do check out my channel. I have plenty of other content like this on my channel, and hit that subscribe button and notification bell, as without views and subscriptions this channel will cease to exist. So I appreciate your support, and let's take a look. Now, before you rush off to buy some Oculus Go titles, it's important to recognize that not all Oculus Go titles are compatible with the Oculus Quest. I'll put a link to this website in the description below, which goes through all of the Oculus Go games that are compatible with the Quest. Now, to purchase an Oculus Go game, I can go to my Oculus app, go in the top left hand corner and change that to the Go. Then I go down to Store, and I can then search for whatever game I want that's compatible with my Quest. Now, once you've selected your game and added it to your library, then pop on your headset, go into your library, then up in the top you change that again from Quest to Go/Gear VR, and you have your games there. If it's not there, it's likely you haven't installed it yet. Go to the not installed and you can install your game there, and it will appear in the apps section. Now, I'm going to kick off this list starting with the games you can get for free.
I shall provide you counsel on the occasional lie.
Now, don't let the average rating of this title fool you. A lot of these low ratings were because there was some bug previously that has now been fixed. This is a tower defense god game where you play the bad guy and have to defend your dungeon from marauding heroes. As the dungeon master, it is your job to direct monsters, place deadly traps and defenses, and cast spells to hinder the hero's efforts. There are a lot of levels with this one and a lot of replay value, and best of all, it's completely free.
Good, you're here. As you know, you need to send biometric and psychologic data to mission control on a daily basis, so they know how we are doing up here.
Another free title for the Quest, Angest sees you as the cosmonaut Valentina, aboard a ship in the company of Constantine, the AI that oversees everything you do and takes care of you. Now, this is a narrative driven game where your choices affect the outcome. Now, there are multiple different endings depending on the choices you make. This one will take you about 45 minutes to complete and will take you on a surreal psychological journey that will have you questioning your reality. Play With Me is an adventure horror game which sees you trying to find 4 candles and solve the puzzle to find the key in order to escape, all the while being chased by a demented clown that just wants to play with you. This one did have my heart racing a few times. It is genuinely quite tense and scary. The only negative for me is that sometimes it can be a little too dark, making it hard to see, but otherwise it's a great little horror game. Moving on to our final free title, Cuberun. This is a runner game where you continuously run forward, collecting coins, using your head to turn yourself in direction to collect those coins and avoid cubes. It starts off fairly easily but quickly ramps up in difficulty. You run faster as the game progresses, and there are 4 different maps: spring, summer, autumn and winter. If this game looks very simple, that's because it is, but that doesn't stop this game from being very addictive and a great time waster if you have a few minutes to spare.
Cryostasis disengaging. Please stand by.
Now we go on to the paid games. Fear Incarnate will cost you about $5. I got it on sale for about $1. It's an endless runner just like the Cuberun game you saw previously, except this is a lot more polished and it has horror themes. In this game you're holding a torchlight, and wherever you point that torchlight, that's the direction you begin running in, and sees you running through futuristic corridors trying to dodge deadly traps along the way. Now, unlike other Endless Runner games, you can come to a full stop. In this game, it has different difficulty settings. It allows you to take different paths, and you can even acquire a flamethrower later on in the game. It has some great visuals and sounds, and I found it a challenging and very fun game to play. Land's End is another narrative adventure puzzle game that will set you back about $8. In this game you get to explore spectacular landscapes, unlock mysteries, and use the power of your mind to awaken a lost civilization. From what I've seen, the puzzles aren't particularly challenging, so you're going to play this one mostly for the story and the atmosphere. It doesn't require a controller and has about an hour of gameplay. Again, setting you back about $8, Ace Phantom is an action flying shooting game. In this game you lock on to your target by looking at it and use the trigger buttons to fire missiles and attack. You can also turn into a giant flying robot by activating humanoid form. Check this one out if you're looking for some fast fun action on your quest. If you're looking for a game that will make you think and strategize, try Tactera, a VR real-time strategy game set on a virtual holographic tabletop. You can use gunships, tanks, bombers, and other units to defeat your enemies. Players take it in turns to deploy units and move across the map until combat is initiated. In addition to the campaign mode, Tactera also features skirmish and multiplayer modes, but how worthwhile the multiplayer mode is will largely be determined by how many people are actually playing it online. Next up is Toy Clash, priced at around $8. This is a tower offense game. Your goal is to take out the enemy's tower while protecting your own home base from their attacks. As you perform in the game, you earn points, and these points can be used to upgrade your units and your home base to make them more powerful. You also gain spells as you progress, such as the ability to command fire and ice to inflict damage. Now, this game relies a lot on strategy. Each unit in the game has a strength or weakness against other units, which means where you place your units will determine largely whether you are victorious or defeated. It has plenty of levels to keep you entertained, so you get good value for money with this one.
The central processing unit is now open. Report for mandatory human screening. Screaming? Freudian blip. Human screening.
In They Suspect Nothing Overclocked, you play as the last human on Earth, and your goal is to infiltrate a robot-only society by completing a series of bizarre human detection tests. This is a casual arcade game consisting of 20 different mini-games. Your goal is to complete these mini-games with machine-like efficiency, or they may start to suspect something. Daedalus is a platformer and an exploration game set in a spectacular surrealistic world. In this game you have to jump, thrust and glide between platforms to find the 3 platforms that will open the gate for you to advance to the next level. You have a limited ability to use thrust whilst in mid-air, and you will need to activate mechanisms that pour new platforms, take advantage of wind columns and make use of trampolines to get to your goal. So this isn't just your straightforward platformer type game. This requires you to think and strategize about the path you're going to take to advance to the next level. This game gets increasingly challenging as platforms become more difficult to find and land on. If you're looking for a relaxing platforming exploration game that also offers a challenge, then Daedalus might be the one for you. Darknet is a strategy puzzle game where you play an elite hacker, and your goal is to hack nodes, with each node being a puzzle to be solved. Each node you hack earns you money and gets you closer to hacking the core, a giant sun-shaped object that you see on screen. You get to use aids like viruses, worms and exploits to steal data before your signal gets traced. Darknet is a great puzzler that will challenge you and keep you coming back for more. So there's my top 12 games. What did you think of my list? Are there any you would add? Let me know in the comment section below. That's it from me for now. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.